I want to tell you how I tried to join the 5 a.m. club. I actually had a conversation with my writing mentor, which went almost verbatim like this.
What time do you wake up in the morning?
I don't. I don't really
What do
go
you
to
mean you don't
sleep.
wake up in the
I don't
morning?
know. It depends. I don't. Do you? I don't think I've ever woken up at
I
the
woke
same
up at
time 2 days in
4:30
a
this
row.
morning.
Why?
Because you know what? Because I need a good 2 to 3 hours just for me before I come out and do all this
You're
stuff.
nuts.
No,
Now, when he was talking about it, he was saying that he normally gets up at 3 a.m. He gets up at 3 a.m. because he's a writer, producer, uh, author. He owns his own business, so he needs from like 3 a.m. just to like 7, just to work on his various projects. And then after 7 o'clock, he's like starts working on emails, starts making calls when everything starts waking up. So he was saying that I should try doing something like that. Like if I'm going to work on multiple projects, that I should try to get up early at 3 a.m. and then just, knock out the beginning of my day. And then you can sort of have the rest of your day to sort of mosey on. I said he was insane. And there's no way that I was getting up at 3 a.m. But I thought to myself, like, okay, it doesn't sound completely unreasonable. So what is my version of that, right? Like what could I do to get up early to try to like get a jump start on my day? And I settled on 5 a.m. I thought 5 a.m. was reasonable. I've gotten up at 5 a.m., gotten up early for like, productions and other jobs that I've had to do. So I was like, okay, I could try to do 5 a.m. I didn't realize there was a whole brand around 5 a.m., like the 5 a.m. club. There's like books and like seminars and there's a dude who's a CEO. Like there's a literal CEO of 5 a.m. So I don't know. I didn't read the book, but I glanced over it and sort of seen to see what the logistics of it basically were. And I mean, I thought it sounded reasonable. You get up, get a workout in, do some meditations, um, read like self help, self improvement, and you knock out your day. I got up at 5 a.m. day one, Monday, and started on my day. Got in a workout, did some meditation, listened to a podcast um, on writing, um, listened to a podcast on screenwriting, read a book on being sober, getting sober. It seemed like it was pretty effective. Day two wasn't too bad. Same routine. Workout didn't quite last as long. I didn't have quite as much energy, but still listened to the podcast, read the book, got my writing done for the day. And then came Wednesday, the third day. And that's when I ended up crashing in the middle of the day. So you got up, workout, reading, writing, had lunch, and then I passed out afternoon. Same thing the fourth day, Thursday. Corey, they can hear you tap dancing. Oh yeah, the fourth and fifth days. Would end up trying to nap in the middle of the day, and then would lose a couple of hours. You know, for Wednesday I tried to nap. I think nap maybe like 10, 15 minutes. Thursday ended up napping 30 minutes, and then Friday I kept hitting the snooze, and I didn't realize I was even doing it. But I would just get up, I would fall asleep, alarm would go off, I'd hit snooze, and end up passing back out again. So I ended up losing the hours that I gained getting up early, just trying to catch up on sleep. The other issue I ran into was that I would miss out on certain events because I was tired and I was trying to get up early. Birthdays or hanging out with friends. They'd be going out to a bar and I'd be like, and it's like, oh, it's 9 o'clock. I have to get home. I have to go to sleep. You know, get in my hour of watching Matlock before passing out. It's just, in addition to that, it also makes it difficult if you have a partner who is on a different schedule than you are. That differing schedule caused some conflict because, we both work and we only have so many hours to actually spend together after the work is done. And that's when I kind of realized that the 5 a.m. club is sort of a contingent of hustle culture, and hustle culture you're trying so hard to be efficient that you end up being inefficient with your life. Because especially as a creative, you feed your creativity through the experiences that you have in life. And so if you're sort of missing out on those experiences, then you run the risk of your tank running dry because you have nothing to pull from. And even if you're not a creative, I think it still goes to life experiences is sort of what makes life worth living. You try to hustle and make the money so that you can have the experiences, but if the money grind overrides the experiences, then why do you have the money? Why do you need the money? So what did I do? I didn't completely give up on the concept. I thought, what is the most efficient thing? What can I do to be efficient that doesn't disrupt my schedule and my life? Because there were some good things that I actually took away from it. I actually did enjoy doing my workouts early in the morning. Usually I would do my workouts after work. And sometimes when you're working until like 7, 8 at night, then getting to the gym or putting on a workout DVD is just not it. If I moved it to the morning, then I'm fresh, I have the energy, and then I can use that to sort of fuel the rest of my day. And I also did like listening to podcasts or watching YouTube videos or listening to an audiobook while I'm on the exercise bike. So I took the concept and I moved it back a couple of hours, and then I landed on 8 o'clock. So I'm officially in the 8 a.m. club. So 8 a.m. I get up, I get a workout in till about 9 o'clock, sometimes listening to a podcast or an audiobook while I'm doing it, get a meditation in, shower, have some breakfast, and then get to the actual work about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Giving myself enough time in the morning to efficiently center myself before I get to the grind. And so far, it's worked out pretty well. Maybe I can be the CEO of 8 a.m. Does 8 a.m. have a CEO? If not, then I'm your guy. Can you sit? Can you sit still? Can you sit quiet? Come here. Up, up. Ah. Can you guys hear her? Can you hear her tap dancing on the floor? Because her nails against the hardwood. Oh, what are you doing?